think that we are going live. This is going to be a bummer if we're super glitchy again. Sorry, I'm watching the computer. It's like, sorry, I'm watching the computer. It's like getting the echo and stuff. I need to turn that down. Apparently my speaker's not going to play. So I could not my seeds. My son and I a storage shed, and literally he's good. And I didn't have to this week. So he actually just got home. And so I don't get to talk about my seeds. I can talk about a little bit having to do with garden. The area that I eventually put my garden at is get my computer to turn down. Ah, there it goes. So it is shale, and I'm gonna have to do raised beds. I eventually want to put a really big greenhouse there. We get really high winds, so I'm checking on the hoop houses and the plastic and all that kind of stuff, but I think I'm gonna have to do something very permanent because of the winds that we get. So that is not going to happen this year, but I am going to do some raised beds. Which is probably why I will do container gardening, but we have the skid loader, so any dirt that I bring in can be put over into the new space. Hey, Kimmy, I'm glad you made it. So yeah, I'm kind of discombobulated today. I had a doctor's appointment, and my grandson decided to share his crackers with me, which immediately gave me a massive headache, and have an issue with gluten because anytime I eat anything with gluten in it, I am now getting these massive headaches, which are crazy. I don't know if you guys have dealt with that at all, but it is not fun, and it happened right before my doctor's appointment. And so I got in there and I was like, I have acid reflux, my head hurts, I don't want to lay down on this table, and I'm in a terrible mood now. When will I learn? When will I learn? Oh my gosh. So last year, talking about my seeds, last year every couple of months, and I got this little box with these cute little seeds in them, and they were wonderful, and I loved them. Cute box, cute everything. Of course, wasn't doing YouTube then, so I did not do any openings, but there are a few that I just didn't even open because I knew I wasn't going to be gardening last year very much. So I will be able to Kim, you have that problem too? Man, it just like that, and it was terrible. And I need to tell myself the next time I try to eat crackers. But listen, when a 3-year-old gives you a cracker, you eat the freaking cracker. I mean, how do you say, Grandma can't eat that cracker, buddy, because her head will blow off? What do you do? So, anyway, all of those seeds are in our storage container, shed, whatever, this at the storage place down the street here from my son's house, and I couldn't get in them. So I think I'm actually going to go do an entire video on the seeds and maybe opening up a couple of those boxes and showing you, because I'm sure they were way more expensive than what I should have spent on seeds. They're heirloom seeds. I did it because I knew that I would be saving seeds from there. That's something that I really want to do. Sorry, I still have a little bit of acid reflux. It's terrible. Right, Kim? That cute little boy, if he gave you a freaking cracker, you would eat it too. Oh, he's so cute. It was his birthday. He just turned 3 on the 1st. And so I went and picked up his birthday present today and brought it to him, and he was insanely cute. Hello, Sydney. How are you? And I walked in with a little bag, and I was like, here, I got this for your birthday. And he was like, me, my birthday? He was so excited. He's so cute. I can't even with that little boy. Hi, Makers Movement. I really want to win that knife. Just saying. That thing is amazing. And since I know my son doesn't watch my lives because he thinks I'm a big weirdo, he would love that knife. I had one made for him from another friend of mine that does knives, and it's not really one that you could like use. Maybe I'll get a picture of it and show it to you, but so it just kind of sits, and we're not those kind of people. We like stuff you can use. And the knife is beautiful that he's making. So back to the seeds. I have done container gardening before, and I actually have chased the sun, where we would move the pots around to where the sun was because we had so much shade. I don't want to do that this year. I do have but it's a big learning curve being up on that mountain, and I think we're in 6B up there. So that's a complete different growing season than I've ever. All right, we'll both enter. I'll make him enter too, because that sucker is nice. So yeah, doing the garden, you know, and I'm looking at building some of the raised watering, getting the plastic 55-gallon drums and doing some raised, because I am hauling in all my water on the property. So of course, that's what my son says. He's like, you're hauling water. You don't want to do a garden. It takes a lot of water. He is the call to reason. And he's like, Mom. But we're having a garden and baby goats, probably some rabbits. I have been chomping at the bigger critters. It does my mental psyche really well. Animals just make me happy. I like everything about having them, and farming and all of that kind of stuff. I just love it. So I think this next spring, I'm really going to look at, I really want some bees. I just have to decide if I can afford bees. Getting into them is kind of expensive. So I'll be checking into that more. Definitely want the bees. We'll probably be some chickens. In fact, if the weather continues doing what it's doing, then I'm going to be building my chicken coop next month. I'm doing a portable one on top of a trailer that I have, and that's I think that's going to be next month's project. This month I'm renovating the RV, and I would really like to change out the couch that's in there. It's a pain. It is amazing. I love it here. It's great. So yeah, I want to build the chicken coop on top of the trailer so that I can move it around, and the chickens can kind of scooch wherever I need them next. I have I want to be able to enclose them into an area, so I do have the um, electric fence, netting fence that I can put up. And then this month, Miss Scarlet, my goat that I had last year, is going to get pregnant. She did get pregnant. We lost the pregnancy. She aborted, um, and she's getting rebred. So that would put goat babies coming in about September. So we have to get a little barn set up for them. But okay, Cowgirls Love. Is this Ashley or is this Kim? Because I always confuse the two of you. Remember which I feel like this is Ashley. Anyway. It's Kim. Okay, so I was right to begin with. I don't know why that's so hard for me. She's baby doll. Yes, that's right. She is. So at for the chicken coop, I want one that will be doing the copper metal roof and black RV. I'm painting like a mad woman. One problem that I did have, and this happens whenever you paint an RV in the wintertime, where it's warmer inside the RV than it is outside and the walls sweat. I didn't, the walls were sweating and the paint was not drying. And so even though I had the RV plugged into the generator, was running the generator and was running the air heat, it still wasn't drying. It wasn't enough. But I did get a fan, got that put on there. That worked out well. I do think I'm going to have to end up putting about 3 coats of the white because I want it to be crisp. I don't want, I just want it to be really crisp, really clean. I do think that something that I'm trying to figure out what to do with the couch, because right now I cannot take the couch out. One, I can't do it by myself; it's too heavy, and two, I don't really have anywhere to put it. And it's a nice couch. It's actually very comfortable to sleep on, and all of those kinds of things. I would like to probably get it reupholstered. I don't know, but I feel like there's so much space underneath there that is not being used, and it's just kind of there. So I've been looking at some other couches and day beds that can kind of take that one's place, and then I can, use storage underneath the RV. But this is Bradley. I need a handyman. Anybody wants to come over, I can boss you around. That could totally happen. Have a lot of projects going on. Something else that's kind of come up. So my refrigerator doesn't work, which is fine when it's cold because I can just put stuff out in my coolers and it's no big deal. But I cannot figure out why the refrigerator's not working. Propane is not coming down the line. So it was working, it just stopped working. So I probably got to change out that whole thing. And the clicker starter, whatever, that ignites it, the igniter, that would be what that's called, is not clicking. So it's a whole bunch of something going on there. So that will have to be looked at by someone who knows more about that kind of stuff than I do. But Kim, I agree with Bradley. What, Kim? So, yeah, I'm getting really excited. I have tomorrow's video that comes out. See, I'm really terrible with secrets. So, like, I totally want to tell you guys what I'm doing because I'm suck at secrets. So I'm really excited about the new paints, the other paints other than the white. And I have to do something that can be done very quickly and that I don't have to stay off of because I live there. So The dogs will not play that the ground is lava with me. They will just go straight on the floor and ruin whatever it is. I could just put their little feet in paint and we can have little painted paw prints. There's that. So, so I feel like I'm doing the RV in maybe a couple of levels where this is the, I can't believe how much better the light is, how much lighter it is in there. The end of tomorrow's video, you'll see where I show the finished for that I had finished the day before, and I have no lights on. It's literally just the light coming through the window up by the bedroom, and it literally looks, it's more than like it. So that's gonna make a video. So anybody got any questions for me about stuff? I know a couple of people had mentioned that I need to start girdling some trees that we're going to be cutting down. I will be doing that. The weather was beautiful last week, would have been the time to do it. It was freezing cold today. So I guess it's the next nice spot that we have. And if you guys don't know what girdling is where you damage or take off bark that goes all the way around the tree, and then all the sap will drop down low, because it does that in the wintertime. The sap drops down low, and so you don't have a sappy log whenever you're cutting it. So it dries better and all of those things, and faster, I guess. And then it also kills the tree. So I guess a lot of people do this, for next year's firewood, and then you can go down and cut the tree down, and the wood is already ready to burn. I am doing another project this year. I've been looking at different ways to create and use things to burn for heat, instead of just wood. I have a ton of, I've been doing a little bit of research on that, along with using junk mail, which between my son and I, we get a ton of it. So I've been learning how to do that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to see through those couple of things how much firewood I can make for next winter. I will be using a bigger wood stove next winter, and we'll be heating the garage area of the house, which is where the RV should be, by next winter. So I'm kind of excited about that. I think that's a super neat process, and it's very doable, very easy. I don't think it's going to add a huge amount of time onto the day, as far as doing a bunch of work by myself. We are probably going to end up redoing surgery on this elbow, which really might affect stuff for this next season. Just talked to my doctor about that today, and she did talk to me even though I was grumpy. I hate it whenever you go to the doctor and you're just like in this foul mood, and those poor people, I mean, you know that they deal with people that are sick and don't feel it. This is physical therapy, so it's not as bad, but I mean, when you're in pain, you're not usually a very fun person to be around. And so I try to go in there in have a good attitude and be nice. And it's probably because I have a lot of friends that are in the healthcare system. And so I just feel bad. And she kept telling me, stop apologizing. It's okay. You could have called in. Kim, you're not allowed to say if you move here, because you already said you were, and you're on the books. You're in the 5-year plan. So those of you that don't know, Kim and I have been friends since we were 19 years old. We were in the Army together. And she is going to come up and stay with me. Get a lot. I'm thinking we should get enough done. Enough done. I'm not a family. I'm not a big family. I don't have a bunch of people being um, over a weekend, and that way we can get that part up. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about all of it, and I really can't wait to get on the sawmill. It's pretty funny how I have really come to just enjoy that machine. And it caused me so much heartache in the beginning. When I first got it, those of you that know, because of COVID, I did not have the class. The class is and so I had no idea how to use it. I am not a mechanical person. I was pretty much afraid of a chainsaw. I'd used a chainsaw a couple of times, but I just know. Here I get this huge machine and I have no idea how to use it. They hand me a manual and they're like, read the manual. Well, I started to read the manual. It didn't make much sense to me. And it was kind of one of those things of just get on it, start. And I'm having people tell me that I should just back away from the machine and not cut my arms and legs off and stuff like that. But I'm really proud of the progress that I made last year and the things that I learned, and I don't regret it at all. I mean, there were about 3 really nice trees that were sacrificed in the learning of the sawmill, but it is what it is, and that's how you learn. And I don't know why it surprises me, but it surprises me when people become attacking when you're obviously learning how to do something. But it is what it is. People can be ugly. But then also there's 15 amazing people to the, 1 or 2 people that get ugly. But I just told him I'd pray for his hateful heart, and he hasn't watched any more of my videos, so there you go. They were hard for me to watch. They were hard for me to edit, so I get it. I get it if people are sawmillers or sawyers and they're watching this going, oh my word, because it was really hard to watch. But once you know, yeah, it's hard to watch. But 2x4s and 8x8s, and I could pretty much cut exactly what I was wanting to cut. So that's a win-win, and this year we'll be ready and be able to get straight out the door and get stuff cut. So my son said as soon as the ground refroze, he'd come up and we'd start dropping some more trees. So that'll be good. And so right now I'm just working on the RV. It's amazing though how just a little bit of paint makes it much prettier, homier, not so cave-like. Which again obviously helps the psyche, it helps you feel better, helps me feel better about being inside a little RV. Videos on different things that I could do or try or whatever. Has anybody, something that kept coming up, has anybody tried that where they put the candle underneath the terracotta pot to heat a room? I couldn't find how much that actually brought the temperature up, but it's supposed to be a very inexpensive way to heat a room. So I don't know where I would go buy a terracotta pot right now. Let me give it a try. Watch, see how much that would affect the RV with the temperature outside versus the temperature inside. I normally just turn off the heat at night, and we are all under the blankets, and it's just me and the dog, so we stay warm. It's not that big of a deal. But we've also had a very, very mild winter. I know up north they've gotten a little bit more than us, but just because videos that I see of other YouTubers that I'm watching, and they have a foot of snow on the ground, and gosh, we've only had that like maybe twice. And the thing about Idaho, why I love it so much, is because of the people. And while I was pumping gas, I was talking to the guy next to me, and we were talking about the snow and how mild it's been, and you know, the big concern is supposed to be the rain month. Julie, I don't know if you're still here, but did you guys, I saw your collection that you did with the tarp over your water container. Did that work very well? I'm trying to figure out, I could put letters up on my cabin real quick, and because I want to do some rain collection in the spring, because I am planning on doing some 55-gallon drums and water and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, that would be cool to know how that worked, because it was a good idea. I saw that video. It looked like a good idea. But I don't know if you'd have to have like a ginormous tarp. But I do have could collect quite a bit of water. Oh, we were spinning. I don't know how much buffering is going on with you guys, but on my computer it kind of looks like it's kind of been buffering on and off, so I don't know how bad that's been. So I don't know, you guys got to throw me some questions here. A fair bit. You know, I moved away from the back door, so I'm not right up on the door, so that really may be the problem. That was the problem. Well, actually, last week, when it was doing a ton of buffering, I was right up on the back door, so that's crazy. I am looking into Starlink, and I just have to see if it's going to be available up on my mountain. I've put in the email to them, and hang out with my grandson. I mean, that's awesome. Can't beat that with a stick. Crazy buffering here. Oh, dang it. That's frustrating. Jeez. Man. Well, you guys, if you don't have any questions, since we are buffering so much, I might just call this for the day and try again next week. I don't know. This is kind of the only place that I can do the lives is here at my son's, and I have to do it. I'm in the garage. So this is funny. So I start loading my stuff to come out here, and my grandson's like, "Oh, you going back to the garage?" I swear that kid's gonna grow up and be like, "My grandma used to sit in our garage talking to herself." No, I am thinking of turning my shipping container into a tiny home for either guests or Bradley, like you were saying, a handyman that could live there to do work on the farm and stuff like that. Biggest thing is, I mean, I know I'm doing a YouTube channel, but I'm actually very private, Justin. I'm actually a very private person, and I get a lot of anxiety whenever I'm around a lot of people. So I don't know how I would with someone that I don't know. Like I've known Tim for 27 years. That's crazy. Um, I am not that old. I feel like I'm in my 30s. No. uh, uh, I don't know. I a few people again that I had been in the military with. Justin, dog's ready to go. He's acting like he's gonna pee on something. Get over here, lay down. Um, that I could probably have lived on the property, but I've just heard so many people say that it's gone really badly, and I just don't want to have to deal with that. So I love that idea. I just don't think it's something that I'm gonna do. But I am gonna turn pretty much 89% chance that I turn my shipping container into a tiny. How many of you have done the seed collection from your own seeds? I've never done it. I've watched lots of videos on it. I'm super interested in it, but I've never actually done it. It looks pretty easy. It looks pretty simple. I mean, you just let the plants grow and dry out themselves, go to seed and then dry out, and then you collect the seeds. That's why I spent the extra money on the seeds that I bought, because they're heirloom seeds, and I knew I was going to save seeds, so I wanted to make sure they really were what I wanted them to be. And again, I will come down this week and get in my storage shed and get all of my seeds. I do think I'm going to go ahead and actually do a video on it. Apparently, this is the time of year that you seeds. I planted a couple last year. I bought the Patriot Seeds package thing, and they grew really well. Everything that I started. I just didn't have enough. I didn't get them in the ground soon enough to get a lot of fruit from them. So this year, I was thinking about the terracotta pots, because if I did a raised bed and then I did a little plastic hoop over them, I could put that terracotta pot inside there, and maybe it would keep that warm enough overnight, because we are 6B or 6A. I can't remember exactly which one it is. So I could get those all started. I'm going to go ahead and call this one, make it a very short one this week, and maybe we can get this buffering figured out. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully they will tell me that they've got a satellite dish with my name on it, so that I can do these. But I'm up on my hours. I've got over 1,000 viewing hours, and I think I'm going to do a giveaway at the 500 subscriber mark, and then the 1,000 subscribers. Could share maybe my intro video on your, or one of the videos that you think is cool on your Facebook and your other. This dog, he's like making all kinds of noises, it's hysterical. So that maybe we can get those subscribers up, and then we'll do, I'll do a giveaway for something that's local. A local something. I don't know. But I think that would be a fun idea. I don't know, maybe some of the seeds. I could give away some seeds, but that would have to happen quick, because places like Texas, when my first garden was in Texas, and you plant Valentine's Day weekend. that's what you do. So it's warm enough there mid-December. I bought this property in, first time I went up to see this property was in April. I signed all the paperwork in May. But the first time we went to go see it in April, there was still snow on the ground. But they had more snow that year than we have had this year. I mean, the groundhog said that we have 6 more weeks. And then it got really cold today, so you never know. But I'm going to try and get seeds in there early. I'd like to get in May, which is really late, but that would get us May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 6, almost 7, 6 months of growing time. I don't know if I'll be able to make salsa, but I'll definitely have zucchinis. What is your guys' growing season? When do you start planting? For anybody that's watching. Kim, you're in Florida, so you will grow year round. Wait, I can't remember. Maybe I'm just buffering too much. Last week it didn't show me buffering as much, but whenever I went back and rewatched it, there was tons of buffering. So to this week, it's actually showing that it's buffering. So okay, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I'm not getting anything from you, which means you probably are not hearing me, or it's buffering. Hey, Angel. The drive home booted you. I have spaces like that whenever I'm driving home. I'll be talking to people on the phone and it's like, hello, hello, hello. Wait, let me get around this corner. I was actually thinking of going ahead and turning it off because I think I'm buffering a whole lot. When do you guys plant? But if you're driving, are you driving? You shouldn't be answering questions if you're driving. I think I'm going to go ahead and it's only about 15 more minutes. Oh, you're home. Okay. When do you guys plant your seeds to start with? I think you're a little bit north of me. I think I'm 6B. 6B or 6A. I think like the bottom of my hill is one and the top is the other, which is a whole new growing season for me. I'm used to long ones from Texas and stuff. We planted in February. And last year I didn't put my starts in the ground until it's super late and you kill everything. That's funny. My poor daughter-in-law killed everything. But I had I did like 140 tomato starts last year. And so I was like, here, let's just put this new one in. I way overdid it. Yeah, one of the big things that I'm like because my goats would get out and eat everything. But I've never had this short of a growing season. So last year I did way better than I thought I would. I guess I got like 5 zucchinis and yellow squashes and then one beautiful little yellow cherry tomato. It was good. It was one. But again, I planted. But I absolutely love growing. And so I think I'm going to have a truckload of topsoil or garden soil brought in. And I'm going to do some container gardening and definitely some raised beds. I have the stuff to easily the easiest water. And then I do some action into. My son and I share a storage shed, and he was gone at work and picking up the grandbaby. And my seeds are in my shed. So, hi! Grandma's out here talking to herself. No, oh, you got your pants on. Oh, you guys coming in at the last minute? Oh, come here. It's warm. I got the heater on. Here's one. This one turned 3. Do you see yourself? No. You're 5. Yeah. You are 5. You were at school today. Oh, did you not hear it first? I had cheese. Yeah. You had cheese? All of my seeds. We planted all the seeds in the little start pockets and babied them and watered them, and it was great. And he got shy and left. Hey, can't kick. You ready to get down? No? You want to go over here? Okay. Now you're trapped. You're trapped. So they really love that, and I had a lot of fun doing things with my grandkids. I just love them. I think one of the best things I ever got to be was a mom. And now a grandmom. Yeah. I keep trying to teach this one to tell his dad that he wants a pony. Literally for 3 years. I've been trying to teach him to say I want a pony. and oh, they're so funny. Thanks, Bradley. They are very handsome boys. So at first I wasn't having any children. I was going to stay in the military and retire and go FBI and do all that kind of stuff. And then I got pregnant and I had my one son, and that's all I had. But once I had one, I wanted like 12. So now I get grandkids. So they can come over, I can give them cake, and I can send them home. But I took the last couple of years off and took care of the baby. Took care of both of them while my daughter-in-law went to school. And my son was active duty, Navy, and now is doing his own business. So I love them, and I can't wait to give them ponies. I already have them addicted to motorcycles. Yeah, I know, it's so dirty. Yep. Poor Harley. Covered in dust. Gonna get that bad boy out. So I worked on uploading a video on my other YouTube page that I don't really put much on it. And I'm very sad about it. And I have some friends that are there, and it is gorgeous right now. February is my favorite month in Arizona. Especially on the motorcycle, because it's like 75 degrees and beautiful and all of that. So I love it. I love it. He's dusting the motorcycle, and I'm trying really hard not to freak out. But it's all right. Oh yeah. Oh well. Oh, I've got paint on me from painting. I get it in my hair. I get it everywhere. Get it everywhere. All right, you guys. It is about 10 minutes till, and the child turned off my heater, so I'm starting to get really cold. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. It's a little bit early, but I will next week either have my seeds or something, or we can talk about those particular things. Right now, winter's hard. But I'm going to go ahead and take off. So, and eventually we'll get this figured out to where we actually have a really good live stream and not a bunch of buffering. So have a wonderful week.